Real estate market is down. Real estate market is up. Real estate market is changing. We're in a shift. I'm sure you've heard all kinds of news, and depending on where you get your news, you're going to hear all sorts of different stories. So, for my Atlanta market people, I wanted to give y'all a super quick update. Check out these numbers. I'm going to pull them right now, real time, so you're going to get to see exactly what's happening in the Atlanta real estate market right now. Check this out. All right, here we go. We're going to start with the one that everybody always wants to know, and that is right down here, the sales price, the average sale price. So this is year to date. So this is pulling the first couple of months in 2023, and it's comparing it to the first couple of months of 2022 and 2021. You'll see in 2021 in the Atlanta, this is the entire MLS. This is all of FMLS. Average price, $360,000. It jumped 16.8% to $420,000. And then again, we see a 1% jump. Now listen, folks, average, normal is about 4% per year in appreciation. So from 2021 to 2022, we saw almost 17%. That is so beyond absolutely crazy. Like, I'm sure you understand that. And now we see this major slowdown in appreciation at 1%. Now, if I was crazy, or if I wanted to incite panic and I wanted to make people afraid and get you to watch my videos and click on the links and all those things, I could potentially say, oh my gosh, sale prices, have slowed down drastically, dramatically, and all these things. But let's keep it real. We never should have seen 17%. That was artificially inflated by the pandemic, by the interest rates being super low, buyer demand super high. People were not listing homes, but buyers were killing each other to get homes under contract because, guys, we were doing 2.5% to 3% interest rates, and all of those things were happening. So right now, yes, 1% year over year. Yes, that's not normal, right? Because we just said 4% was. But what we're doing is we're returning to a balanced market, at least here in the Atlanta market, which, by the way, I should have prefaced all of this by saying that real estate is hyper local. So what you're going to see in this MLS right now is not exactly what you might see in, Phoenix or LA or New York or Omaha, for crying out loud. All right, so check this out. Next up, right down here, we got new listings. Same thing. Now, in the MLS in 2021, at this time, we had 14,154 new listings, 15,000. So it grew by 10%. Now, look at this. We're down 13,000. We're down to 13,217. So it's a 15% drop. Now, new listings hitting the MLS. What this is telling us is that all of a sudden we're seeing less listings. So what did I just tell you a second ago? We had a inventory shortage, and that was creating some prices to go up, and all of that demand and all that stuff was happening. Well, now the inventory that was already short is even shorter. Now, arguably, there are less buyers in the market because interest rates are between 6% and 7%, and that has completely knocked some of the buyers out of the market, and it's pulled back and changed buyer behavior. However, this is interesting. Check this out. Actual homes for sale on the market. So less listings, less new listings. But then when we go to homes for sale, look at this jump, a 46% jump over last year at this time. That's crazy. So we're listing a lot less homes, but there are a lot more homes available. So we're not putting them on the market, but they're sitting on the market a little longer, as we'll find out here in just a second, which means that inventory, that like the last thing here says, oh my gosh, there's not enough new listings. But then when we go here, we go, oh, there's plenty of listings available for those who actually want to purchase. And we're going to move on here to the next number, pending sales. Look at this, pending sales down 22% compared to last year. Now, last year and the year before were pretty steady at 13,000 and some change. This year, we're down 10,000 pending listings. That's listings that are under contract and getting ready to be purchased, going to the closing table. So 22% down. That falls in line with, again, buyer behavior, consumer behavior has changed because interest rates are super crazy high and people have pulled back out of the market and all those things. Closed sales. Now, this again is telling a story. So the last 2 years, pretty even, 11,000 and some change. This year, 8,000 closing. So staying on trend here with buyer behavior, consumer behavior changing. So less homes have sold. But again, let's not forget the first thing we saw. The first thing we saw is there is still an increase in price. So just because sales might be down as far as unit count, we are seeing still an increase in price. So I want you to keep that in mind if you're a potential seller and a potential buyer. Let's move on. Days on market. I like to look at the average. Now, last year, days on market, 26 days. This year, 49. So we've nearly doubled. Now, here's the deal, guys. I want you to understand something. Days on market, 49. That's actually really normal, right? 26 days on market is not normal. That was because demand was so crazy high. And then when we go to cumulative days on market, we're looking at the whole process from start to finish. Look at this, 57 days. From the day we list to the day we close, that was the average. That's mind-blowing. That's crazy, right? So 28 days is crazy. 57 is getting to be normal. Really about 90 days cumulative from the time you list to the time you go under contract to the time you close. 90 days is actually pretty normal. We've just gotten spoiled with these crazy short terms here at 28 days. Let's move on. We got more to cover. Months supply of inventory. This is an interesting one. So I want you to see something here. 2020, 2021, we pretty steady, 1 month supply of inventory. And then now, boom, we almost double at 2.1. For those of y'all that don't know what that is, month supply of inventory is if we didn't put one more listing on the market today, like no more listings hit the market in the entire Atlanta metro, we would have 2.1 months before we literally sell every home on the ground and there's nothing left for us to sell. That's all based on consumption rates and all of those type of things. And guys, here's the thing, a balanced market is 6 months of inventory. In a balanced market, neither the buyer or the seller have any real leverage or power against the other person, but we are still seeing ourselves at 2.1 months. We're still seeing ourselves in a pretty strong seller's market as far as the Atlanta market's concerned. So something to remember. Now, percent of list price, I like to go percent of original price. This one here is very interesting. So we see last year 99.9%. So if you listed a house at 100 grand, 99.9%. So you were getting $99,999 for that house. This year, you're down to 95%. So there's a almost 5% drop compared to last year. And what this means is that sellers are having to negotiate because buyer demand has changed, because consumer behavior has changed. Sellers are having to negotiate. So the days of hey, I'm going to list my house for 100 grand and I'm going to get 25 offers and get 120 grand for it. Yes, that still happens. I know there's the realtors out there still, oh, look at me, I got, 25 offers and all this kind of stuff, and that's awesome. But that's no longer the normal thing. The normal thing now is you're getting a few showings and some buyers are seeing the property and they're going to go in and they're going to make an offer and they're going to negotiate and they're going to ask you for closing costs and they're probably going to ask for a home warranty and all those type of things. So very, very interesting facts here. And here's what I want to say to you. Based on real data, real numbers right here in the local Atlanta market. If you're a seller, because I just had a seller ask me this the other day. They asked me, when's the best time? They're trying to time the market. When's the best time to list my house? And here's my answer every single time, hands down. Whenever you're ready to make a move, that's the best time. Folks, we don't know what's going to happen with interest rates. We don't know what's going to happen with this market. We don't know if 6 months from now we're going to be super heavy in a buyer's market. We don't know if we're going to be super heavy in a seller's market. We don't know if we're going to balance out. Anybody who says they know, I'm sorry, folks, they're full of crap. Nobody knows the future. And as Gary Keller, the founder of Keller Williams Realty, the biggest real estate company in the world, as he has said many times, don't try to time the market. None of us are smart enough to do that. None of us, including him. And folks, this man's a billionaire. He built the largest real estate company on the planet. And if he doesn't think he can time the market, what on earth makes us think we can time the market? Guys, listen, if you're interested in selling your house, get a hold of us. Now's a great time. If you're interested in buying a house, listen, I don't care what interest rates are doing. If you gotta buy, you gotta buy. You saw that prices are still going up. A little bit, right? Not as much as they used to, but they're still going up. So what are you waiting on? You want to pay more for the house? You can always refinance, but you can't go back and renegotiate and get prices from a year ago. That's not going to work. All right, y'all, get a hold of us if you need anything. We're here for you. Georgia Property Brothers. I'm Adrian. Y'all know my brother Bob. Stay tuned. More coming soon.